Hello and welcome to the Yamabachi podcast, hosted by me, the Germ, joined by
Ghosty.
Ghosty.
We're back again.
It won't be a little while for anyone watching, but it's been a little bit for us.
I think it's only been like 3 days.
Now that you say it, yes, it's only been 3 days.
This is a really short difference, actually.
It's staying in, Ghosty. It's staying in.
It just feels like an eternity to you, I guess.
Maybe.
You missed me.
It must be it. Stay on all the time. It's your turn. It's your turn to read this week. Would you like to get into it?
Yeah, let's get started. Step right up and have a look. It's time for Yami Shibai.
Yami Shibai.
Episode title: Inside. All right, so the episode starts off. A boy arrives home with his mom greeting him. He excitedly tells his mom he found an old worn-out doll. For some reason, I imagined it in like a parking lot or something.
Where he found it.
Yeah, he gave some indication as to
He
where it
said
was.
an empty parking lot, so there.
He did say that?
He did say an empty parking lot.
Or maybe an empty lot or something like that, like an empty housing lot.
Maybe.
And he shows this old worn-out doll to his mother, but she's not impressed with this rushing nesting doll. Oh, an empty lot. Okay, yeah.
I wanted to put the rushing nesting doll in there so like people could get a visual of what it like really is.
And if you don't know what a Russian nesting doll is, that's like a wooden capsule with many other wooden capsules of women painted inside them.
And you like pop it apart to find out what's inside.
His mother takes the creepy thing to throw it away.
Look how cranky he looks in his picture.
Later on, the boy points out his mother is running late, but his dad brushes it off. The mother arrives home and in a monotone voice says, "I'm heading to bed," while holding the doll, which the boy spots. At another time, maybe the next day, the boy is reading when he hears his mother crying downstairs. He runs to his mom to see if she's okay, but she's just sitting next to the doll and says she's crying, or says the crying must have been just the boy's imagination. He spots the doll in front of her and goes to grab it, but she yells, "Don't touch it." He goes back upstairs, hearing creepy laughing as he goes.
Oh, you gave me shivers.
The mother takes the doll to the bath, and the boy comments to his father that she's acting weird, but his father hasn't noticed anything. He's just reading that book for days on end. While the mother is in the bath, the boy approaches the doll, which she left outside. The boy slowly opens the doll. The next layer is mostly the same, so he takes off another one. The next layer has a blue X where the mouth should be, but the boy continues. Now the doll has a crying face, with black marker across its body. Inside that is a doll covered in red, smiling menacingly. The boy is scared now, but he continues. As the top of the doll comes off, the camera zooms in to the darkness, which the boy has found inside of the Russian nesting doll. The screen turns black, and we hear screaming, laughing, and crying. The father runs in asking if everything is okay. He heard screaming, but the mother and boy are staring at the wall. And now it's the boy who answers, saying it must have been his imagination, while the doll stares backwards between them. At us. Yeah. The end. No jump scare.
No jump scare this time.
They controlled themselves.
A lot of people in the comments were disappointed we never got to see their faces.
Oh yeah, we don't get to see the mom's face at all after.
Yep. I never noticed until I read it in the comments.
Maybe they've got like frowny marker faces as well.
Blue X for a mouth.
That's kind of a classic thing too, is staring at the wall and not actually seeing what people look like in horror
That's true.
films.
Yep.
It was a Blair Witch Project.
Yep,
Has
that's
that
the
exact
classic
scene.
one. Yep.
Yeah.
How did the father not notice?
I think he was just a bad husband in general. Like his wife was missing. He's like, it's probably fine.
She's running late, whatever. She's emotionless. Women.
I got books to read.
Ugh. Do you think that thing is something a child would actually bring home? Like a real child?
I'm gonna say yes, actually.
You think so?
It seems like you don't think so, but
No.
I think if a kid finds like something really weird and random like that, that they would just pick it up and be interested in it.
You're convincing me. I'm not 100% convinced.
I don't think they'd be that excited about it. I guess I don't know if I think they would bring it home, but they would definitely pick it up. They would definitely have interest in this random object.
Now that you say it, I feel like if I would have found that out and about, I would have picked it up, looked at it, probably tossed it back on the ground. I don't think.
Or bring it home and you'd still have it to this day.
Look what's behind me.
In general, I'd be pretty unhappy if my kid brought home something they found in a random lot, though.
Depends what it was.
Get this garbage out of my home.
We brought home, we as in I and you brought home a lot of stuff.
We brought home a lot of garbage.
Yep.
Actually, literally garbage. We stacked it up beside the house.
Remember we brought home that like the vote for me sign that must have blown down into some bushes?
I don't remember that.
Yeah. It was some random guy like saying vote for me, and we big Bristol board thing, and we brought it home.
Don't you remember there used to be a pile outside the house of like random garbage we found in the woods? It's like old brake pads and things like that. And you really think you wouldn't bring home the Russian nesting doll?
You're really convincing me I would have brought home this Russian doll.
Hunter-gatherer instincts.
Did you notice the very scandalous scene of the mother in the shower?
I didn't find it scandalous as far as I remember.
For this show, at least.
It's so blurred, isn't it?
It is very blurred, but I purposely took a picture of this when his hand's in front of her.
Well played. Now we won't get demonetized.
Because that's a lot more scandalous than most images in this. I'd say ever.
I guess so, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, kind of true.
It kind of caught me off guard. Like, whoa, where are you going, Yamachi?
I didn't even notice. I was like, oh yeah, cool.
I'm Shibai. Anything else you'd like to mention?
No, I don't think so.
And
Mostly
I'm
just more metaphorical stuff. So.
Oh, before we get into the comments stuff, let's look at each the layer of the dolls, like slowly.
Yeah, sure.
Oh, there's scandalous scene again. So here we have the first image. Has some nice flowers printed on it. Kissy
Pretty
lips.
standard.
Yeah. Orange cheeks. And it's pretty much the same.
Pretty much exactly the same. Yeah, just smiling.
But look at the lips. It's a little more like this one's just neutral, and this one's like, heh. I just
Clever
farted in your
face.
porridge. Like,
Still not really unsettling. This is kind of normal.
and then we get the blue crossy mouth, and it's going. Urgh.
She's cranky.
She doesn't have a mouth. No wonder. Then we get the crying one. And then we have the happy-go-lucky one.
That one's definitely the creepiest one.
Nothing but red permanent marker, smile.
There's a general theme on this show where they find scribbly things to be creepier.
Yeah. It might be to do with the art style of the show, though.
I guess so. It makes things look more like somebody with psychological issues drew it.
Yeah, I could see that. And then we get the view of going inside. It's just a black void.
I found that kind of disappointing. I was like, really?
Yeah. It's a little bit of a letdown, honestly. Hey, I was hoping we'd discover more by looking over those, but honestly, I feel at the same point. Yeah.
Yeah. They were pretty clear in the show.
Yeah.
Doesn't go too fast on them.
Let's go into the comments. I'll read the first one from Cyan Swan. How did the dad not notice anything strange about his wife? See, I'm not the only one who noticed.
I think that's kind of the whole point of the episode, isn't it?
Like the family dynamics? Probably.
Well,
Okay,
part
here's
of
the
it, I
next
guess.
one.
I don't know about the nesting doll specifically.
Yeah.
Denzo Penguin said, "There's a commentary on the state of the average salaryman's marriage." That's kind of what I was saying too, actually.
I don't know why, but putting average just makes me laugh.
How does this person know about the average salaryman's marriage? I feel
Right?
like they don't. There's some assumptions being made here.
This is very average. H Dog 1988. Lesson: never pick up strange dolls in an empty lot. It was left there for good reason. Or if you do, go to the nearest temple immediately. Think of good advice there.
Tiger Russ says, "I don't think it possesses you. I think it steals your soul. And you are left as an empty vessel protecting the doll because it has your soul."
I find that a fascinating theory.
It kind of seemed possible. Like they both just like kind of stayed there empty like after opening it.
My interpretation was that it stole your emotions, but I don't know.
Something like that at least.
If it did steal your emotions, like, do you think you'd be so protective of the doll, though? Like, Anime Crazy 83 says, "You can't beat 'em, join 'em." Boop, boop, boop.
I guess that's one strategy. Grint said, "Inside, we are all just homicidal babies." What?
I know.
I guess they're saying the inside of the Russian nesting doll is like a baby.
I know it.
I don't know where they got that one from.
It was so random. It made me laugh out loud when I came across it. It took me a minute to recover. It's just like, baby.
Maybe it was just like a random thought they had unrelated to the episode.
You know what? I think most Russian nesting dolls have a baby right in the middle.
I think you're right. Yeah.
Maybe that's where they're getting it from. It just
Pretty sure that's
feels so random. I'm ready to read. Son. Oh, wait. Parthrax says, "Son, hey, Dad, Mom has been randomly crying, then laughing, and gets angry about it ever since I got this doll. She's been taking it everywhere, and it's like she's a different person. Dad, it's probably just TV."
Maybe he's like really into books and he thinks the TV makes you stupid or something.
Maybe. I like how detailed this one gets.
I'm so glad you read that instead of me.
Here's the next one. Nice short one for you.
Win Ray Strife said, "Yes, because it's strange for women to show different emotions." Whoa. That's a commentary on society. You need to keep it all bottled inside.
Just bottle it up. Bottle it up. And the last one from Farah Mazma.
I can't read, it's too small.
I think they didn't show their face because their expressions, as well as emotions, had been trapped by the nesting dolls. That explained the no face and no emotion in the tone of voice. And I agree with this one.
Oh, maybe.
Yeah.
Their emotions have been trapped. I guess so.
Honestly, it could be a lot of things.
Hmm.
That was my interpretation as well.
It's definitely something with like your soul / emotions that gets stuck in the doll. Or maybe you get so traumatized by whatever you see in the middle of the doll that you just can't like function normally afterwards.
That's interesting. You just randomly laugh and cry. Yeah, that could be trauma.
You can't go back to normal after seeing whatever's in the middle. The homicidal baby.
Homicidal baby. We have one inside all of us. So, do you have any themes or metaphors for this?
Like I said, I kind of thought the main thing was the husband just kind of ignoring the wife and not seeing that there was something going on. And then eventually it affects the kid also because he's more attuned to what his mom is like.
Yeah, the more I think about it, the more I agree with you. It's some kind of family not addressing each other's emotions.
I don't know what the nesting doll has to do with it. I guess you keep all your emotions bottled up,
Yeah.
and the deeper down you go, the more insane the emotions are.
Man, I really think we nailed this one.
I just came up with that right now.
Really feels like we got it. So, what do you rate this episode, Ghosty?
I didn't think it was really that exciting. Not that everything has to be exciting all the time, but I'm gonna go pretty similar to last one. I think this is another 6.
6. Well, guess what? I gave it a 6 too.
Ah, nice.
Shock, right? We both think this one's very average.
Yeah, it wasn't really that like. It was just the pacing was kind of normal. The payoff was there was nothing really like had me saying wow, but it was fine.
You know what it's time for? Simple
for
math. It's time for simple math. Simple math. Simple math. Hosted
beautiful
by Ghosty. Oh, wait, not Ghosty. No, the Germ. I messed it all up.
You stole my identity.
I'm stealing your identity. And since I'm stealing your identity, it's 12. I got it right away.
So that makes it. Last week's was 10, I believe.
Yep.
Correct.
So it's number 2 in between our last 2 episodes.
I don't necessarily know if I think it was any better than last week's, to be honest. I think they were kind of similar.
That's what you gave it a 6. So you definitely agreed with that.
Yeah,
and I gave I gave last week's a 4.
It's still pretty much the same range.
Yeah. Yeah, I feel like I enjoyed our conversation about the last one more, a kitchen, more than I enjoyed the actual episode.
Actually, I think this was actually slightly more enjoyable than Kitchen.
Yeah. Like our Hugly Tugly monster was fun, but
yeah, not really a great monster.
Yeah.
Do you know what next week's episode is?
I do. I was just about to get there. Next week is Wall Woman.
Oh, finally, a more descriptive name.
Any guesses? What do you think this Wall Woman is?
There's like a doodle on the wall, and there's a soul trapped in it.
Oh. Well, you got the wall right. There's a wall involved.
Well, I would hope so.
And I guess you got the woman part right as well.
I feel like it had to be some kind of drawing. I don't know.
I'm afraid you're off base of this one, but we'll find out next week.
Dang.
Thank you for joining me, Ghosty.
It's been fun. See you next time.
And anyone who joins us, thank you for being you. Bye.
Bye, Clayton.